Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hidayatul Hazuani binti Hamid, metric number A176625. My assignment for subject Speak to Persuade LMCE2092 is to give a speech. The title that I choose is Why People Should Not Be Allowed to Own an Exotic Animals. The reason I pick this topic is because I would like my audience to know the danger and implication to the living if one is adamant and eager to own an exotic pet. Exotic animals, such as many other animals, should be free to roam the earth and shouldn't be subjugated to humans' greed and desire. As we all know, most people really love their pets. Most pets owners probably own cats, dogs, fishes, hamsters, and every other pet that is commonly known. But a few own an exotic animals. Do you know that there are several famous celebrities that own exotic pets? You must know who Justin Bieber is, right? Well, do you know that he once owned a capuchin monkey named Mali? Well, yes, capuchin monkey is categorized as an exotic exotic animals. But unfortunately for JB, the monkey was confiscated by the custom official when he toured to Germany. After doing some research, I found out that in Germany, that species is an endangered one. So his monkey was eventually relocated to a zoo after being seized. This is an eye-opening event because it shows that some animals suits better in their natural habitat rather than be kept as pets. I know that this event may seem trivial compared to the other world problem that we're facing right now, but the lack of exposure and awareness about the danger of keeping an exotic animals is concerning. Therefore, let me be the one who will educate you about the danger of keeping an exotic animals. I'll begin by telling you the effect of keeping an exotic pet as private possession to the trade market, which led to the first main point. The illegal wildlife trade market is showing an unprecedented spike. According to National Geographic, wildlife trafficking may very well be the world's most profitable form of illegal trade because of how high demand it is and how expensive each animals are. Although it is almost impossible to estimate the real value of such animals, experts estimate that it runs into billions of dollars. As we all know, illegal trade is known to be related to various dangerous international networks. Activities like smuggling is one of the biggest business contributors. In this case, wildlife and animal parts are trafficked much like illegal drugs and firearms. As an example, for illegal wildlife trade is poaching for elephant ivory and tiger skin and bones. According to PETA organization, PETA is an organization for people for the ethical treatment of animals. Yes, that's what it's the acronym of that. And according to PETA organization, the undercover investigation of U.S. Global Exotic resulted in the seizure of more than 27,000 animals during their raid at Arlington's warehouse in Texas. Although there is law that prohibits any form of catching and selling certain species, most of these regulations are poorly enforced and are designed to protect humans from disease rather than ensuring that animals are handled humanly. Aside from the spike in illegal trade, there is also the danger of exotic animals towards people, which led us to the second main point, which is major risk for humans. There are two major risks that I will talk about today, which is public safety risk and health risk. For the first subpoint, which is public safety risk, there are many incidents that have been reported where exotic animals that was held in private attack human and other animals and escape from the enclosure and freely roam the community. For example, reptiles such as lizards and snakes pose safety risk to humans. According to research done by Carol Lubitsch and Edward Krenslot in 2007, about 3% of U.S. households possess 7.3 million pets. Accompanying this data, there are about 7,000 cases for venomous snake bites reported annually. There is also a case where a 3-year-old baby meets death from being strangled by their family's pet python snake. This incident happened on 28th August 1999. Thus, possessing exotic animals is dangerous to humans because several of these incidents have resulted in either serious injuries to the person who encountered the animals, or the death of the animals, or both. And the second subpoint that I would like to talk about is the health risk. There are two viruses that I'm going to talk about today, which is the herpes B virus and the salmonellosis. The first one, which is herpes B virus, according to CDC, 80 to 90% of all macaque monkeys are infected with herpes B virus or simian B, which is a virus that is harmless to the monkey, but often fatal to human. A person who is bitten, who is scratched by these monkeys while they are in sheddings, have a risk of contracting this disease. Monkey sheds the virus intermittently in saliva and genital secretion, which generally occurs when the monkey is ill, under stress, or during breeding session. However, the rate of this disease being reported is low and rare. This is because the infrequent B virus shedding by the monkeys, or because of the undetected asymptomatic symptoms of the infections. But no matter if it's rarely occur or not, this disease is still fatal to human. Therefore, monkey should not be kept as pet in order to avoid this kind of illness. The second one is salmonellosis. According to Veterinary Public Health, probably 90% of all reptiles shed and carry salmonella in their feces. Iguanas, snakes, lizards, and turtle are the common carrier of this bacterium. Reptiles that carry salmonella do not show any symptoms. Thus led us to a very difficult way to tell if such animal carry the bacterium or not. Salmonella Salmonella causes severe diarrhea, headache, and even death, fever also. It can cause sepsis and meningitis, which particularly often occur in children, which can also cause death. According to a research done by the Swedish Institute for Infectious Disease Control, there is an estimated 93,000 people that contracted salmonella who were reported. Because of the increasing case of people contracting salmonella, authority recommends that people with high risk, such as children and elderly, to avoid possessing reptiles as pets. So, now we know the dangers towards the human. Why don't we take a look about the dangers towards the animal itself? which led us to the third main point, which is the high demand of exotic animals is leading them to extinction. We all know keeping a pet means that we need to take care of all the pet's necessities, such as food, living condition, health, and all the basic care. Well, very well often, that the caretaker of the exotic animals lack the proper care by the so-called caretaker. A research by the head of South Africa Western Cape Environment Crime Investigation Unit estimated that 90% of the exported reptiles died within a year. The reason why people is so adamant to own an exotic animal such as primates, rare reptiles, and even non-domesticated felines is not only to be kept as pet, but some also want it because of the animal's body parts, such as ivory for elephant and skin for tigers. This overconsumption leads to a massive hunting and poaching to the point of near extinction. For example, the active market for Malayan tiger's skin for accessories and bones for medicine is the cause of commercial poaching, which eventually led to the animal's status as one of the critically endangered species, because there is only less than 200 species left in this world. Because there is still high demand for every type of exotic animals, it's really hard to curb this problem, especially poaching, which become one of the biggest factors to animal extinction. To conclude my point, owning an exotic animals should not be allowed, as it promotes illegal trade market, possess a danger and risk to human and animals, and also lead the animals to extinction. In conclusion, there is so many things that we can do to prevent this animal cruelty. Although there is no way to solve all this problem without a proper support, but as an individuals, we can all educate ourselves so we can raise awareness about this problem. Instead of buying exotic animals through shady websites, we should support a nearby animal shelter and take care of those cats and dogs who needs an owner and a better home. That's all from me. Thank you.